Terry, Terry, Terry. That's Indiana football, though.
Hey, we got some players. We got some players on there.
Got the dog. Like we all feel like we can make that play.
Put on the show at week 1.
You know, I'm smiling, man.
I'm serious.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
we gonna put it in, yeah.
You know I got that for you, but yeah, man.
The Players Club is presented by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Commanders. Welcome into the Players Club. I'm London Fletcher. Got my man Santana Moss and Terry McLaurin, man. Welcome to the Players Club.
Man, I appreciate y'all. This may be my first time on here, so it's a pleasure.
Oh, welcome then.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. No doubt.
First time.
I got to start with this. When you hear them at the stadium chanting, Terry, 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 what goes through your mind?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, to be in a position where people like appreciate what you do and what you bring to the table that much, that chant your name. You know what I mean? 1, 2 people, that's one thing. But to see the jerseys throughout the stadium, to hear it in unison, it's like I had somebody call me and was like, yo, I'm hearing that through the TV. You know what I mean?
We hear it
you
too.
You can hear it through the TV. And I think that's it's a blessing, man. I don't take that for granted because one day that'll stop, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But anytime that I can just relish in those moments and be real present, like I try to do that. And usually it's coming, I mean, it seems like I just get so much love from the fans where I'll make one catch and they start. You know what I'm saying? But like when you make a big play and you hear the whole stadium doing that, it's a really cool feeling.
No, that's crazy because and I want to add to it. I mean, it's deserving of you because you go out there and bust your behind and do your job at that level to where they respect you enough to do so. But coming into this situation when you first got drafted, did you imagine yourself being embraced like this? Come year 4.
I didn't think I would be on this level. You know what I mean? Where you know, I've had some people even ask me to sign their kids, you know what I mean, sign their baby shirts, crying, you know what I mean? And the biggest thing when I meet people, I try to humanize myself as much as possible, you know what I mean? Ask them about themselves, give them compliments, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I play football, but I'm a human just like they are. And I want to try to be as personable as possible when I meet these people. That's what's up. But it is crazy, like, coming in and you knew the expectation. Like I heard a lot of the expectations or what people thought I would be when I got here. But for myself, I was just excited to get the opportunity to show what I can do. I always knew in my heart of hearts that I could be a good receiver in this league and one of the best receivers. But I knew that because not just the ability, but the work I was willing to put in for that to be true. And up until that point, up until getting drafted and everything like that, I've always had to grind. Things have been a little grimy for me to get to where I get where I deserve or have earned it. But like I think a lot of people, you know, you look, he's like, dang, why is everything hard for me? Why is everything so challenging? But I think I wouldn't be the person I am without those challenges. I wouldn't have the perspective that I have without that and the appreciation for it and the appreciation to the point where you know it could be gone just like that. So you got to keep earning it. Like I don't just say that just because it sounds good. Like I
feel your pain.
I really go in every mindset, every opportunity. Like this could be, you could either get more opportunities if you capitalize on this, or that could be your last, especially in this league. And I know y'all know that. So I just try to take advantage of every opportunity I get. And so when I was drafted here, I was willing to be the best special teams player in the league. But I knew when I got my reps with the 3s, I was gonna make sure I was gonna try to get reps with the 2s, and then with the 1s, and it was gonna be off from the races from there. So. It's really cool to be able to look back on that to where I started to now, you know, being in a blessed situation where I'm, you know, a fan favorite and able to be a leader for this team and a big person in this community. Like, it's just a blessing. I don't take that for granted at all.
That's dope.
Yeah, you mentioned, you know, where you come from.
Yeah.
I'm an Ohio State fan, as I've told you on several occasions. And I can remember you guys had a ton of receivers, you know, Paris Campbell, Curtis, you know, he playing receiver and running back and all that. And you get here and you're putting up the number that you put up as a rookie.
Right.
I'm like, man, why weren't they using him like that at Ohio State? And I know, you know, because you come in, they throw you a deep ball here and there, but you weren't getting the type of balls that you got here. Did you think you could be that even at Ohio State?
Yeah, I did. I thought I was. I thought I could have been a great receiver in my own right in Ohio State in my role, and I think when my trajectory changed was when I kind of accepted what my role was. It didn't mean I wasn't going to keep grinding and feel like I was the best receiver in our room or try to grind and show the coaches that I am that. But when it got to a point where, there's only one ball to go around at Ohio State, there's so many playmakers. And I think when you go to Ohio State, everybody want to be the guy. Everybody want that Buckeye tree. You know what I'm saying? But I think my niche was being the leader, both on the field, off the field, and learning to be a vocal leader. The tenacity I brought to special teams, and then that big playability, the deep ball. And also I think, honestly, the reps that I did have, we split a lot of time at Ohio State, so it allowed me to come to NFL. I was fresh. I was feeling good.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I was a little older, 23, but I felt like I was 21 years old, you know what I mean? Because I didn't have a lot of wear and tear on my body, and I was trained the right way. Yeah. So I knew when I got my opportunity to have the chance to be the guy or have a more a bigger enhanced role, I knew I was going to be ready for that moment because I was putting the time and the work in despite what it may look like stat-wise at Ohio State. And so the thing I always try to encourage these young guys is everybody's journey is different. Everybody's walk's different. It don't look the same. But as long as you're ready for your opportunity, you're going to get that opportunity to show what you can do and to earn more than what you may have in that moment. But if you don't take advantage of that opportunity, if you're not putting in the work to be ready for that moment, it's going to pass you by. It's going to go to the next person. So I definitely always had the confidence in myself to be a top receiver, but I didn't know it would happen like this so fast. You know what I'm saying? But, that's why it's just you never know what God has for you, and it's just a testament just to be ready. But I think the support that I've had up until this point, the mentors and the teachers that I've had have really helped me be ready for these moments. I'm smiling, man, because
he say it seemed like we the same person, man. Like as far as the journey, things being tough, it almost just showed me like, Tanner, this how you was. This Facts. The same mentality you had, the same mindset. The reason why the fans love you because you took advantage of your opportunity. Right. You didn't take it for granted, and it was a struggle. Yeah. We all go through it. I was a walk-on in college. People didn't know that.
I didn't know
that. You know what I'm saying? I went out there. I went from a walk-on to a first-round draft pick, and so I'm listening to you, and I'm like, that's why I didn't take it for granted. That's why I went out there and bust my behind because I remember being that guy, not being looked at. But it wasn't because I wasn't putting up numbers. I just didn't have the kind of offense that will showcase my kind of talent. So you said all that. How was the process, getting to Ohio State? I heard some of the rumors and some of the stories, but I saw also you was Mr. Indiana at one point in time. So I'm like, well, it shouldn't have been hard for this guy to go nowhere. Like,
that's Indiana. That's Indiana football, though.
Hey, we got some players out there. We got some players out there. Don't play. We got some players out there.
Yeah, how was that process though?
Ohio State, I think it really it instilled a lot of who I am today, and so that's why I wouldn't change my journey. About how everything went, because it's part of my story of how I had to grind just to get the scholarship offer. Like, you don't hear this nowadays, dude. Like Coach Meyer told me, I had to camp twice to come just to get an offer. The first time I came, I was killing the one-on-ones. I was the fastest dude at the camp. I thought I was gonna get an offer. That's what my recruiter said. You do all this, you do this, you're gonna get an offer. And I did all that, and I didn't get the offer. And so in that moment, I had a decision because I felt like I had some other opportunities where I could go to these other schools and maybe play right away or do all these things. And when he challenged me to go home and get better, and I took that challenge to catch, the story, 200 footballs a day. I was really catching 200 footballs a day for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I came back to camp 2 weeks later, and I worked out for him as soon as I got there. And within 10 minutes, he gave me an offer because he could tell within that 10 that.
So you caught 200 ball, and that's important for like the young kids. Man. I got a son who's 14 playing receiver. I think I told D-Haw, I said, man, I'm buying him a jugs machine. Yeah. he can catch the ball, but he's about 80%, man. I need it better than that.
No, for sure.
And you were catching 200 balls a day.
200 balls a day. And I came back to the camp, and I camped for him right away, and I got the offer. And it just gave me a feeling that I couldn't explain in that moment because I could have took the easier route or the more comfortable route and take, another opportunity because I felt I had some other schools that were recruiting me that I was really interested in. But the pedigree of Ohio State, their culture, and what I could be as a student, as an athlete, have a chance to go to the NFL. It was everything I was looking for. And if I could get better, my mindset after that was like, man, if I could get better in 2 weeks like that, how can I look after 3, 4, 5 years? You know what I'm saying? And I think that was kind of the catalyst of, I was already a hard worker. That's what my parents, like, I watched them go to work every day. They instilled that in me. But, like, that tenacity to attack your weaknesses. I think a lot of guys don't really want to attack their weaknesses. You just want to do what you're good at. And, you know, we all have things that we're good at. But I think my trajectory changed of the player I was when I started attacking my weaknesses, the ball skills, the contested catches, the just the consistency of what it takes to be a receiver at the college level. And if you even wanted a chance to be in the NFL, like, you had to improve those things. And so I didn't take it personal. Like, I think it was easy to be like, oh, he don't like me. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take it as a personal. It wasn't like I'm going to prove him wrong. It was just like, all right, I made this up in my mind. I'm about to go get this goal. And then every single mindset I have from then on is like, I'm going to attack that weakness, or I'm going to attack that challenge with everything I got. Because at the end of the day, I knew if I put everything into it and it didn't work out, I could live with that because it just wasn't meant for me. God didn't have that for me. But I couldn't live with the fact that whether it was getting that offer or when I came back from my 5th year, if I didn't put in all the work that I could to make where I'm at now possible, I don't think I could live with myself. You know what I'm saying? I could live with it if I put all I had into it and it didn't work out. But my mindset is like, yo, attack them weaknesses, man, like, and make them strengths. And I think it's easier said than done. But I think it takes a lot of self-awareness, reflection, but it also takes a lot of people who are willing to be honest with you. And I think Ohio State was a place, Coach Mick, especially the strength coach, where they're going to be honest with you. And when you're young, you don't really necessarily like that. But when you start embracing that, and the older I get, those are the more people I want in my life. The people who are going to be honest with me, the people who are going to push me.
Still to come on the Players Club.
At 17, is going to get his job done.
Did you see how he looked at me when he said that, Joe? He's like, running over linebacker. It was like,
you know.
How many tickets are you going to have to purchase for that game?
Man.
We need to go home and we need to defend our territory and make it special. Let's make our place special. Let's make our place special.
Watch this, I'm coming up. Watch this. What a catch by De'Ami Brown! I'm coming up.
Here we go, 10 ball 3. 1, 2, 3, say.
Time for the player profile presented by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Commanders. You just mentioned the strength and conditioning coach at Ohio State.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
One thing that has impressed me the most, just watching you, seeing you up close and personal, your run after the catch, how many tackles you break. It's rare that the first defender tackles you.
Yeah.
Is that something you pride yourself on?
Most definitely. I pride myself on being a strong player, a strong receiver. And, you know, it's like you eat the weights at Ohio State, how much you're lifting and you're grinding. And I think, you know, when you're young, you can't really appreciate how important that is to being a strong and well-built and taking care of your body. And I had those habits. I had that instilled in me from Ohio State. So when I got here, I love going down there and chat and getting it in and being strong and staying at my play weight. You know what I mean? And running over linebackers. Like, I got that on tape, blocking DNs. Like, I'm serious, man.
All right.
For real.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
We gonna put it in.
I don't know if I got that for you, but yeah, man, like it's good. You gotta be strong in this
Did you
league.
see how he looked at me when he said that, Joe? He's like, running over linebacker. It was like,
you know. Nah, that's what's up, though. Nah, but you know what? Trust me, man. All this stuff is great. I mean, it's great for the show. It's great for the people just to to see the other side of you.
Most definitely.
One of the things I wanted to ask, because we were just talking about this, especially our receiver room. You know, I was here for 10 years, so Lord knows I shared the room with a lot of different guys, a lot of different personalities. How are you guys? Wide receiver room. I see you have Curtis loves to dance. He's like the fun guy.
Yeah.
Jahan, he seems soft spoken, quiet. Yourself, you a quiet guy, but you seem like if you get to know you have a little, similar to myself. You got Sims, you got Cam. What are y'all receiver room like? Are you guys that break from meetings, break from your everyday over here, go your separate places, or you say, hey man, let's meet up and go have lunch or have dinner, or we just kick it and play video games together?
Yeah, I think a lot of us, like I play the game with Cam, I play with Jahan, me and Curtis know each other for a long time, so I see him a lot at the facility, so I don't think I got to see him too much more after that. But I think we got a very unique group, man. Personalities first, but we're very versatile talent-wise, and I think with us being young and with so many guys that are just looking to help the team in any way they can, there's really no like alpha personalities. Like I say we got a lot of dogs in that room, but it's not like selfish. Like I'm the only one that got to get mine.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? You look on the film, and a lot of times we're blocking for each other on them screens. We trying to, we the first one to meet each other in the end zone. And I think that camaraderie is what fuels not only our room, but our offense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the games where we have success or the momentum kind of changes, I think our running backs do a great job of doing that. But the receivers, man, like it gets the crowd going when we make plays. And I think we have a lot of confidence in all the guys 1 through 6 to make those plays.
Right.
And, I think we just have a group that's really just humble but hungry and confident in each other's abilities. And so I think it makes a really fun group. And, you see us around, we eating lunch together, we hanging out all day, we joking, we got a good mix of young, I'm young, but I'm more seasoned a little bit. Yeah. And I think it's just the perfect group of guys, honestly. We got big, we got, fast, we got short area, we got deep, you know what I mean? And it's cool to be a part of a group every single day where you look forward to it. Like I look forward to come hanging out with these guys, even when things are tough. Like I know the receivers got my back and I got theirs, and that's all you can ask for when you part of a receiver group. And it's not. I could probably say it's probably not like that every single place, but I've been fortunate. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a good group this year.
Me and London joking about, because I was telling London stories about playing with some of the guys that we good friends, but if I caught a ball or two more, they ain't talking to me that week. So trust me, it's great to be you're the senior here. Basically, you and Curtis. Curtis got what, 1 year on you or something like that? 2 years. Yeah. I didn't even know he was that much older than you. But still, it's great to see you guys still lifting each other up. Most because definitely. Sometimes you can get in those rooms, man. Everybody kind of chipping that, they want the best for the ball.
Sure.
They want their opportunity to be the guy, and it's odd, man. I say this all the time. I care less. I care less about being one, but I just wanted my fair share. As long as you get your fair share, you had the opportunity. You can control that. I can look like a 1, even if I'm a 2 or 3. You know what I mean? So I embraced that when I had Pierre. And I had, guys like Pierre, had Leonard Hankerson. We had all those guys come in, and I remember when Coach moved me to the slot. Say, Tanner, we can get more out of you if you play this position. Did I want that? Yeah. Like, nah. I kind of, nah, Coach. You sure? Trust me. And that year I led the team in touchdown. Yeah. So I understand sometimes you have to take it for the take one for the team, but I love the fact that you just spoke about that you guys really don't care about who's leading. We all out here together to do this thing collectively,
That's real. And I think I think we all want, like, we got, like, you know what I mean? We got the dog. Like, we all feel like we can make that play. Like, you call the play, call it for me. Call it for Jahan. Call it for Cam. Call it for Kirk. Call it for Dan. You know what I'm saying? We all have that confidence, but whoever get the play, we going to meet them right in the end zone and have fun with them. And I think we do a good job of communicating on the field. So, we don't really have a whole lot of MAs or a lot of missed assignments because we were communicating and we just trying to play as one. You know what I mean? If one guy maybe messes the play, has a drop or something, like we picking each other up. That's what I mean? It's us. Yeah. It's not one. It's not me. It's not one individual.
But that shows why you guys are successful together. Definitely. You know what I mean? That you can just see it. Like it's like one of those things. I said this earlier in the year after week 1, and I know that was too premature for me to say that, but I'm like, this offense might go as far as our receiver room. Yeah.
They put on the show. They put on the show at week 1.
I understand our running backs is a big reason too that we can all see the ball move up and down the field. But I feel like you guys collectively, because without y'all on the outside catching or blocking, things can't get handled.
Definitely.
You guys got an opportunity to have dinner with the Posse, man.
Yeah.
Ricky Sanders, Gary Clark, Art Monk. I'm sure you probably have met Gary Clark before. I don't know if you've met Ricky, and I know that, and that was your
met,
first time.
Art or Ricky before that.
What was that like to be able to have dinner with those guys and just pick their brain?
Yeah, it was a very unique experience, and honestly, sometimes when you're going through the hustle and bustle of the season and you're kind of tired and you kind of want to just go home and relax. You know what I mean? And we had this opportunity to sit down with some legends who really helped build this place, and it had an era of where they was basically, the team. The Posse was he was telling us stories about how Joe Gibbs came up to them three like, y'all gonna win the games, and they let them do it. And they just really shared that wisdom with us and what it takes to be successful in this league, but also what legacy means, and the legacy that they didn't just talk about their legacy. They talk about the legacy that we potentially could have, and what they saw in our group, and how talented we were. But not only just the talent, because talent can only get you so far, but they felt our camaraderie. They felt that we got a lot of dudes who going be dogs in the game. You know what I mean? Not backing down. All want to be the guy. You know what I mean? That's a great formula of a great group. And so hearing their stories and also seeing the Super Bowl rings that they had, it's motivating for us. And, the compliments they gave us was extremely humbling for our group. And it almost motivates us to continue to do what we're doing, but take it to another level. And for us to have the kind of day we had in front of them on Sunday, I think that's super dope. But I think one of the things that Gary Clark was saying was, they all had a hand in what they were in their success. You know what I mean? Ricky was doing his thing. Art was doing his thing. Gary would do his thing, and they all had a piece of the puzzle, but it married together. And that really resonated with me because we have a similar group like that. And I feel like we're real deep with that. Guys able to come up and make plays, and so that was a real unique experience for our group. And I think it really opened the door to continue to foster that relationship with those three, and the other receivers that have come through here, like yourself, and made this place to what it is, and just how much that means to the people who have came through here, and how much that means to us to uphold that standard, but take it to the next level.
Still to come on the Players Club.
Win state championships in that stadium. I was able to win Big Ten championships in that stadium, and now I get to come back as an NFL football player. Like, sometimes I sit here and pinch myself.
Be sure to listen to the extended version of the Players Club podcast wherever you get your podcast. Plus, you can watch on Commanders YouTube and Commanders.com.
We need to go home and we need to defend our territory and make it special. Let's make our place special. Let's make our place special.
Watch this, I'm coming up. Watch this. It is caught! What a catch by De'Ami Brown! I'm coming up.
Here we go, team on three. 1, 2, 3, say.
And let's come out with some energy. Let's come out with some juice. Let's make some plays. Let's win on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Pressure. Heineke finds his top target. Terry McLaurin.
Talk about clutch.
Looking for Terry McLaurin against Alexander. It is caught! Touchdown! Commanders take the lead.
Lateral towards McLaurin across that part and makes a catch at the Packers' 43-yard line. Amazing catch by McLaurin. Doing that again.
You get the opportunity to face your hometown team. I don't know if you were a Colts fan growing up. What's going through your mind first, and also how many tickets are you going to have to purchase for that game?
Man, I got about 70 plus people coming to the game. So,
You got it. You just signed a big contract.
I told him earlier. I said that. Thank God I was blessed with a contract this off season, so I'm able to do that. And that's something I honestly want to do. That's nice. What I mean, to help some people come and support me who've helped me get to this moment. And I did grow up a Colts fan. We had season tickets. I could point the section me and my dad used to sit in, and it's very surreal. And I thank God to be sitting in this chair and to be where I'm at, because not everybody gets the opportunity to do what I'm doing at this magnitude, and then to be able to have the chance to go back and play where you first grew the love of football and to perform. Like, I think that's the cool part of it all. Like, I was able to win state championships in that stadium. I was able to win Big Ten championships in that stadium, and now I get to come back as an NFL football player. Like sometimes I sit here and pinch myself, like life is good. You know what I mean? You got a whole lot of other things going on. Everything may not be perfect, but I'm blessed. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to relish in that moment. But at the end of the day, like, I love to keep the main thing the main thing. And I want to win this game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to be so wrapped up in the festivities of it all. I'm going to enjoy it. But, you know, their defense is a good defense. And led by, you know, Buckner and Leonard, and their DBs with Kenny Moore and Gilmore, who can still really play at a high level. Like, we got to come ready to play on the road. And I know it's loud in that stadium, so you know, they're going to get a jolt from, you know, their new quarterback. And, you know, I'm just looking forward to the challenge for our group. But it's definitely going to be cool being back in Indianapolis and playing in front of my family and my friends.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on the Players Club, man. We might have to have you back later on this year.
I'll come back for sure.
We have all our guests sign this football.
Oh, yeah.
Love for you to autograph that for us.
Appreciate y'all, man. I respect what y'all done for this place and how y'all hang around and, you know, just share your wisdom. And, you know, I just want to let y'all know that don't go unnoticed with us as players and just me specifically. Like, that's something I hope they asked me to do that one day.
Sure.
You know what I mean? To be around them.
You keep doing what you're doing. You'll definitely you're going to be around a long time.
Appreciate it.
Man, we appreciate you joining us.
I appreciate y'all.
Thanks again.